So as far as romantic films go, is this the latest Love Jones? Is this the new If Beale Street Could Talk? Well, let's find out. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for The Photograph. I really do appreciate it. And if this is your first time finding me and you want more movie reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, or me responding to entertainment news, please right now click on that subscribe button and also give me the thumbs up because it really helps me out. The Photograph is the latest romantic love story, black romantic love story that is hitting our theaters right now. The film is being written and directed by Miss Stella Meggy, and I've seen a little bit of her work before. She has done a couple of episodes of Grownish. She's also worked with Issa Rae, one of the main leads in her show Insecure. She did The Weekend, which came out last year. I did not see that film, but when I looked up the trailer, it looked pretty entertaining. If you've seen that film, please let me know how it was below. It's kind of something that I do want to check out. But a few years ago, she also did Everything, Everything. I did see that film. It was pretty good. It stars Amanda Steinberg, who was Rue in the Hunger Game franchise, and also a couple of other films that I'm pretty sure you've heard of. Now, like I said, Issa Rae is one of the main leads, as well as Lakeith Stanfield, and I am a fan of Issa Rae, and I am a bigger fan of Mr. Lakeith Stanfield. This guy has done a number of things like Get Out. He was just in Knives Out, Uncut Gems, and also the show Atlanta with Mr. Donald Glover. Very, very entertaining, talented actor. And so, you know, I was supporting this film because of him. But also, gotta let you know, this is a Universal Comcast film, so I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. You can make that decision. But I thought I would make you aware. But this is being described as a drama romance. And before I even actually get into that, what is this movie about exactly? Well, a series of intertwining love stories set in the past and in the present. Now, like I said, this is being described as a drama romance, a romance drama. You wouldn't necessarily say that it is a romantic comedy because it's not, even though there are a number of hilarious things throughout the film that you will chuckle at. One being Mr. Lil Rel Howery. This guy is hilarious. Every time he popped on the screen, every time he had a line of dialogue, you were laughing. And I was laughing myself. But also something that's funny is just the way that you're able to relate to the two main leads, Issa Rae, who's being played, her character is May, and also Lakeith Stanfield. His name is Michael Block. Michael Block is a journalist. Issa Rae character May, she is a museum curator, and they are both talented in their respective fields. And what I mean as far as relating to their characters that's funny, that will make you laugh, is, you know, everyone has been there when you're trying to date someone, when you're trying to court someone, and you're just kind of blown away from their presence. You're like, oh my gosh, is this the one? This man, this woman is just so beautiful. You know, I got to put everything out there. I don't want to say anything silly. I don't want to sound stupid. And you're kind of nervous sometimes when you're talking to them, trying to sound smooth and sexy and cool and all that stuff, which is a no-no. You shouldn't do that. Now I'll get to that. But, you know, you're just trying to talk and you kind of come across awkward, like, blah, blah, blah. We've all been there before. We all can relate to that. So one of the great things about this film is just seeing this couple, these two individuals, when they initially meet, it is a little bit awkward in between them. Everything isn't just kind of smooth sailing. You can tell that they like each other a lot, but they're nervous. And I think we've all been there before. It's something that I laughed at in the film. It's something that everyone else laughed at in the film, in the audience. And so that is one of the good things that you can take away from this film. Something else that I loved about this film is the music, the score. Every instrument that they used was perfectly placed throughout the whole film. The music is possibly one of the best things within this movie. I mean, it really did keep it afloat and give it life, and something that I want to listen to over and over and over again. I really did like the music. It gave the film a good tone, and I'm thinking about it right now. It was making me smile. And going back to the intro of this video, when I said, is this the new Love Jones or If Beale Street Could Talk? Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say no. Now, this film was good, but I have to be honest, guys, it was not great. And that actually has to do with a number of things, which I'm going to touch on now, especially the synopsis of this film when I said a series of intertwining love stories set in the past and in the present. And I think that's one of the main downfalls with this film, because in my humble opinion, this movie is a collage of great ideas that just don't come together cohesively, or at least the way I want it. I mean, what do I mean? Well, it says a series of love stories told in the past and the present, you have one love story being told in the past, and you actually have one love story being told in the present. For one, I feel that if they would have completely took out the love story that was being told in the past, that would have done absolutely nothing to the love story told in the present. You still would have the same movie. It was entertaining, but at the same time, it just did not come together. It was just kind of a distraction. And also something that I really just wasn't feeling is Issa Rae's and Lakeith Stanfield's relationship, Michael Block and May's relationship. I really felt that they liked each other and they enjoyed each other's company. And it was blatantly obvious that they were sexually attracted to each other as well. But I feel like they really just liked each other and was possibly just going to become friends that really cared about each other instead of lovers. Every other relationship in this film was much stronger than theirs, and that really just doesn't make sense to me because they're the leads. I mean, you have Little Rel in this film. He's married to Teyonah Parris's character. I don't know, something about them, when I looked at their relationship, I can tell they loved each other instantly, that their marriage was going to last for a long time. The love story that's being told in the past focuses on Christina, a character named Christina, which is Issa May's mother, and another brother named Isaac. You can tell just from the first frame that they showed of these two people in the film that they were just in love. They were soulmates. And it would break your heart if these two people were to part ways. Find out, watch the film if they did or not. But I just really wasn't feeling that when it came to May and Michael Block. And that's just unfortunate. And that should have been the strongest relationship in this film, in my opinion. Also, the title of this movie, The Photograph, is a bit misleading and just doesn't give the film a strong foundation or legs to stand on. I would have named, after seeing the film, I would have named it The Letters. I thought that would have, served more of a purpose, actually, when you see the film. And what they're trying to get at is the photograph. It's a photograph of May's characters, her mother. And that is what brings these two characters together. And at one point you think that, and I believe this was in the marketing material as well, is that May is trying to get her to know her mother through photography, through this photograph, and that's just not the case. She's get to know her mother through these letters that is presented to her character at the very beginning of the movie. But that's where things start to fall apart for me, because while May is emoting and just showing all of her feelings on screen about why she had a bad relationship with her mother through these letters, she finds out everything, but me, the audience member, I don't. I don't know why she had a bad relationship with her mom, and the film never tells you that. And that is one of the most frustrating things that I can say about this movie, and actually had me leaving frustrated. May is on screen reading a letter and she's crying. She's distraught. She's just like, oh my gosh, why couldn't I have this relationship with my mom? And the only answers that they reveal to you is that, she wasn't that good of a lover because she was obsessed with her work. But the film never takes the time to thoroughly explain that. So while she's, I can't relate to May's character. I don't know why she's crying. I don't know why she's so upset. She has this letter from her mom that's like 5 or 6 pages, but we don't know the words that are in that letter, that's contained in that letter. And, that's frustrating. But at the same time, I felt that should have, been the title of this movie, just to give it that much more substance and significance. But going back to the foundation and the legs that this film is standing on, how I said it was weak. The photograph is what brought May and Michael Block together. But at the same time, there is no rhyme or reason why Michael Block found the photograph in the first place. It makes no sense. He is a journalist living in New York, and he comes across this photograph in Louisiana. His boss sends him to Louisiana where he finds the photo, but there's no real reason to why he was sent to Louisiana in the first place. And he's trying to do an interview with someone named Isaac, but there is nothing important about Isaac. I mean, nothing. He's just, you know, a normal guy that's just living his life in solitude. And I'm just sitting there the whole film while I'm trying to find out why May doesn't have a good relationship with her mom. I'm also trying to find out what was the point of him going to Louisiana. And those two things right there were something that the film never answered. And like I said, left me frustrated. Now I know Sharronda with Pale Weight, she did review this film. I haven't watched her review yet. She saw this movie about a week before I did. But when I got home from my screening, I called her and I was like, say, did I miss anything? Did the movie actually explain this? Was I not paying attention? What was the point of the interview in the first place? And like myself, she was like, you know what? The film really didn't answer that. And I had to stop thinking about it, or else I would have got frustrated. And so I just had to, you know, kind of check and see. I'm going to watch a review after I post mine. I didn't want to get anyone else's thorough opinion until I did my own review. But anyway, go check her review out. Link is down in the description box for her channel. And just talking about the characters real quick, Issa Rae's character, May, I mean, she was just absolutely adorable. As soon as she popped up on the screen for the first time, she was glowing. I loved everything about her presence. She was beautiful. I loved her smile. I enjoyed everything about her character. And Lakeith Stanfield, I was feeling him too at one point, but he kind of got a little cocky for me, you know, a little big-headed in my opinion. I may be looking at it the wrong way, but I don't know. It was just something about his personality that kind of just started to rub me the wrong way. I mean, he was just kind of trying too hard. You know, earlier I was just talking about, you know, when you meet someone that you really like and you're very fond of them, sometimes people try to act all smooth and cool and suave and things of that nature. And like I said, that's a no-no. And I kind of feel like he was doing that a little bit too much. I mean, I don't know. It seemed like he was just trying to run game and just, I was just like, dude, stop it. And everybody knows, like, you just don't do that. You don't try to sound smooth. You don't try to sound cool and suave and anything like that. You know, just be yourself. Listen to what a woman has to say, comprehend, and then respond. But he was just not able to do that. At least to the degree that I want. I didn't hate his character. I just didn't like it as much as I did May, Issa Rae's character as well. And like I said, guys, this is not a bad film, you know, but I can't sit here and say that it's great either. I mean, it was entertaining, and the beginning of the film was much better than the latter half, excuse me. But just some of the things that rubbed me the wrong way is it started to fall apart once they arrived to Louisiana. One character ignored another character's phone call, but then the next time they see each other, she's like, you know, hey, let's move in together. I'm just like, well, how can you say something like that when the person didn't even call you back? I feel like you guys are rushing this relationship. So, I mean, it felt like a rushed relationship. It felt like they were just kind of more friends that were attracted to each other. The two leads had the weaker relationship out of everybody that was supposed to be in love in this movie. There was really no foundation or strong legs to stand on as far as why Lakeith Stanfield's character Michael Block was going on this interview in the first place, where he found the photograph. And then the worst thing is the movie did a horrible job of telling you why Christina, who is May's mother, why she was so bad at love, and to why she just did not have a good relationship with her daughter May. They did not explain it at all. They explained it to the characters in the film, but they did not explain that to the audience. So if I had to rate the photograph out of a 1 out of 10, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Yes, a 6 out of 10. But guys, that is just my opinion. Okay, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up because it really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Please become one of my subscribers. I'm about to hit 22K. I would love to hit 30,000 subscribers. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and help your boy out. You can also look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all that good stuff. It's right there at the bottom of your screen, and there are links in the description box and the pinned comments. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.